The Crown, in a terse statement, rebuked the folly.
Enough of the politics. Let's have some serious journalism. Read from the gossip page.
Grandmother, it's called the society page.
Same difference. Something juicy, if you please. Something juicy. Let's see. It says here that an anonymous source claims that a nobleman from a distant land has purchased Carfax Abbey. Well, that's odd. Who would want that ruin? It's not fit for the living.
The article says a solicitor named Jonathan Harker is traveling to Transylvania to finalize the transaction.
Who could want anything to do with Carfax Abbey? I can't even imagine. The children in town say the place is haunted. Haunted? Nonsense. What's the name of our new neighbor? It says here, blah, 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 old family, wealthy. Here it is. His name is Count Dracula. Storms are coming. Take me home, Mary. Sarah?
Yes, Grandmother.
Dracula.
Welcome to my house. Enter freely and of your own will. Come freely. Go safely and leave something of the happiness you bring.
Count Dracula?
I am Dracula. I bid you welcome, Mr. Harker, to my home. Come in. The night air has a chill.
Please, Count, allow me. It is very heavy.
Nay, sir, you are my guest. It is late and my people are not available. Let me see to your comfort myself. I pray you, be seated and sup how you please.
Thank you.
You will, I trust, excuse me that I do not join you, but I have dined already, and I do not drink wine.
This chicken is delicious. I must get the recipe for Mina.
As you wish. Listen to them. The children of the night. What music they make. Ah, sir, you dwellers in the city cannot enter into the feelings of the hunter. But you must be tired. Your bedroom is all ready, and tomorrow you shall sleep as late as you will. I have to be away till the afternoon, so sleep well and dream well.
I am all in a sea of wonders. I doubt, I fear, I think strange things that I dare not confess to my own soul. God keep me, if only for the sake of those dear to me.
I am glad you found your way in here, for I'm sure there is much that will interest you. These books have been great friends to me, ever since I had the idea of going to London, and have given me many hours of pleasure.
What exactly made you decide to move to London?
Opportunity. Through these books, I have come to know your great England, and to know her is to love her. I long to go to the crowded streets of your mighty London, to share its change, its death, and all that makes it what it is. But alas, as yet I only know your tongue through books. To you, my friend, my accent is strange.
But, Count, you know and speak English thoroughly.
I thank you, my friend, for your all too flattering estimate, but yet I fear that I'm but a little way on the road I would travel. True, I know the grammar and the words, but yet I know not how to speak them.
Indeed, you speak excellently.
Not so! I speak like a stranger. When I walk the streets of London, I'll be like everyone else until I open my mouth. Then they will know what I am. I wish not to be a stranger. I wish to blend in and move unnoticed. You must tell me when I make an error, even in the smallest, in my speaking.
If you wish. May I come into this room when I please?
You may go anywhere you wish in the castle, except where the doors are locked, where of course you will not wish to go. There are reasons all things are as they are, and did you see with my eyes and know with my knowledge, you would perhaps better understand.
I'm sure that is so.
We are in Transylvania, and Transylvania is not England. Our ways are not your ways, and there shall be to you many strange things. Come, Tell me of London and of the house which you have procured for me.
Of course. At Purfleet, on a byroad, I came across just such a place as seemed to be required. It is surrounded by a high wall of ancient structure, built of heavy stone, and has not been repaired for many years. The closed gates are of heavy old oak and iron. The estate is called Carfax. It contains some 20 acres. It has many trees on it, which makes it gloomy in places. With only a few windows high up and heavily barred with iron. It looks like part of a keep and is close to an old chapel or church. There are only a few houses close at hand, only one being a very large house only recently formed into a private lunatic asylum. The local magistrate assures me that there have been no recorded escapes and therefore no danger.
No danger for whom?
Why, for you, of course.
I do not fear the mad. Madness is often a symptom of seen too clearly. I'm glad that Carfax Abbey is old and big. I myself have an old family, and to live in a new house would kill me. A house cannot be made habitable in a day, and after all, how few days go to make up a century. I rejoice also that there is a chapel of old times. We Transylvanian nobles do not wish to have our bones lie among the common dead. I am no longer young, and my heart, through weary years of mourning over the dead, is not attuned to mirth. Moreover, the walls of my castle are broken, the shadows are many, and the wind breathes cold through the broken battlements. I love the shade and the shadow, and would be alone with my thoughts when I may.
Then it is settled?
Done and done. Why, there's the morning again. How remiss I am to let you stay up so long. You must make your conversation less interesting, so that I may not forget how time flies by us.
There's something so strange about this place, and all in it that I cannot but feel uneasy. I wish I were safe out of it, or that I had never come. It may be that this strange night existence is telling on me. If there was someone to talk to, I could bear it, but there is no one. I have only the Count to speak with. I fear I may be the only living soul in this place.
Be careful how you cut yourself. It is more dangerous than you think in this country. And this is the wretched thing that has done the business. It is a foul bauble of man's vanity. Blood is too precious a thing in these days of dishonorable peace. Have you written since your first letter to our friend Mr. Peter Hawkins, or to any other?
I have not.
Then write now, my young friend. Write and say that you shall stay with me until a month from now.
Do you wish me to stay so long?
I will take no refusal. I trust you will forgive me, but I have much work in private this evening. You will, I trust, find all things as you wish. Let me advise you, my dear young friend. Nay, let me warn you with all seriousness that should you leave these rooms, you will not go to sleep in any other part of the castle. The castle is old and has many memories, and there are bad dreams for those who sleep unwisely. Be warned! Should sleep now or ever overcome you, or be like to do, then hasten to your own chambers or to these rooms, for your rest will then be safe. If you do not heed my advice,
What I saw was the Count's head coming up from the window. My feelings turned to repulsion and terror as I saw the whole man slowly emerge from the window and begin to crawl down the castle wall, with his cloak spread out around him like great wings. At first I could not believe my eyes. I thought it was some sort of trick of the moonlight, some weird effect of shadow, but I kept looking, and it could be no delusion. What manner of man is this? What manner of creature is it in the semblance of man? I am in fear, and there is no escape from me. There are terrors I dare not think of.
You are first. We shall follow. Yours is the right to begin.
He is young and strong. There are kisses for us all.
How dare you touch him, any of you? How dare you cast eyes on him when I'd forbidden it? Back! I tell you all, this man belongs to me. Beware how you meddle with him, or you'll have to deal with me.
You yourself never loved! You never loved!
Yes, I too can love. You yourselves can tell it from the past. Is it not so? I promise you that when I am done with him, you shall kiss him at your will. Now go. Go! I must wake him, for there is work to be done.
Today is the date of my last letter, and the Count has taken steps to prove that it was genuine. For again, I saw him leave the castle by the same window. As he went down the wall, lizard fashion, I wish I had a gun or some lethal weapon, that I might destroy him. But I fear no weapon brought alone by man's hand would have any effect on him. I dare not wait to see him return, for I feared to see those weird sisters again. I came to realize that if I wanted to live, I must find a way to escape.
Tomorrow, my friend, we must part. You return to your beautiful England, I to some work which may have such an end that we may never meet. Your letter home has been dispatched. I shall not be here tomorrow, but all shall be ready for your journey. However, I am in hopes that I shall see more of you at Castle Dracula.
Why can't I leave tonight?
Because, sir, my coachman and horses are away on a mission.
I would walk with pleasure. I wish to leave at once.
And your luggage?
Keep it!
You English have a saying which is close to my heart. Welcome, becoming, speed departing guest. Come with me, my dear young friend. Not an hour shall you wait at my house against your will. Not yet. Have patience. Tonight is mine. Tomorrow night is yours.
Where are the keys, damn you? I shall not remain in this castle another hour. I shall try and scale the castle walls farther than I have yet attempted. I may find a way from this dreadful place, from this dreadful spot, from this cursed land where the devil and his children still walk with earthly feet. At least God's mercy is better than those monsters, and the precipice is steep and high. At its bed, a man may sleep as a man. Goodbye, Mina.
Girls, I must hear at once.
Yes, grandmother. Russian schooner runs aground near Tate Hill Pier. One of the greatest and suddenest storms on record has just been experienced here, with results both strange and unique. There were few lights in sight at sea and few fishing boats. The only sail noticeable was a foreign schooner with all sails set, which was seemingly going westwards.
We know that part. Get to what happened. A little after midnight came a strange sound from over the sea, and high overhead the air began to carry a strange, faint, hollow booming. Then, without warning, the tempest broke, and the searchlight on East Cliff discovered a schooner, with all sail set, apparently the same vessel which had been noticed earlier in the evening. The searchlight followed her, and a shudder ran through all who saw her, for lashed to the helm was a corpse, with drooping head, which swung horribly to and fro with every motion of the ship. No other form could be seen on deck at all.
A great awe came on all as they realized that the ship, as if by a miracle, had found the harbor unsteered save by the hand of a dead man. The schooner paused not, but rushing across the harbor, pitched herself on the Tate Hill Pier. The very instant the shore was touched, an immense dog sprang up on deck from below, and jumped from the bow onto the sand. Making straight for the churchyard, the large animal disappeared among the tombstones.
Was it a dog or a wolf? Says here, a large dog. An eyewitness told me it was a wolf. No matter. Continue.
I was, as your correspondent, permitted to climb the deck, and saw the dead captain lashed to the wheel. Round his neck hung a golden crucifix. I've been permitted to look over the logbook of the Demeter. The greatest interest, however, is with regard to the paper found in a bottle in the dead captain's coat pocket. Faithful reader, I must caution you that a stranger tale than this I have never heard of. Grandmother, shall we continue reading?
Yes, go on. From the log of the Demeter. July 6th, we finished taking on cargo, silver sand and boxes of East wind fresh, crew, 5 hands, 3 mates, cook and myself. July 11th, at dawn entered Bosphorus, boarded by Turkish customs officers, all correct, underway at 4 p.m. July 14th, past Cape Matapan, crew dissatisfied about something, seemed scared but would not speak out. July 14th.
Did you find out what is troubling the crew?
No, they would not tell me what was wrong. They just stood there crossing themselves every time I asked.
What did you do?
I lost my temper and struck one of the men across the face.
The cook is in the galley. See what you can get from him.
Aye, Captain.
Does it say the sailors were crossing themselves?
Yes, Grandmother. July 16th.
Captain Petrosky is missing.
Missing?
Aye, there's blood in his bunk. His crucifix was found on deck. We searched. He is gone.
What are the men saying?
They believe something's on board.
What do you suppose happened?
I don't know, but I intend to get it out of the men one way or another.
Carry on.
July 17th.
Captain!
What is it?
O'Gallagher claims he saw the stranger aboard the ship on his watch last night. He saw a tall, thin man who was not like any of the crew come up the companionway, go along the deck, forward, and disappear. He followed cautiously, but when he got to the bow, found no one, and hatchways, they were all closed.
What measures have you taken to assure this superstitious panic does not spread?
While you were sleeping, I had the crew search the ship from stern to stern. No corner was left unsearched.
And the boxes of sand in the cargo hold?
Everyone was moved and searched behind.
And the effect on the men?
They were much relieved when the search was over and went back to work cheerfully, sir.
Good. Perhaps there will be an end to this. Good work.
Thank you, Captain.
Carry on.
July 24th. There seems some doom over this ship. Already a hand short, and yet last night another man lost, disappeared. July 29th, another tragedy. When morning came, could find no one except steersman on deck. July 30th, I woke to the mate telling me that both the man on night watch and steersman missing. Only self and mate and 2 hands left to work ship. We seem to be drifting to some terrible doom. We are beyond fear. August 2nd, midnight. Woke up from a few minutes sleep, hearing a cry, could see nothing in fog. Rushed on deck and ran against mate.
Tells me he heard the cry and ran, but no sign of man on watch. One more gone. Lord, help us. We are now off in the North Sea, and only God can guide us in this fog. And God seems to have deserted us. August 3rd.
Where is...
At midnight I came to relieve him of the wheel, and he was not here. There is no one aboard except us.
There's one more. It is here. I know it now. On watch last night, I saw it, like a man, tall, thin, and ghastly pale. It was in the bows, looking out. I crept up behind him, gave him my axe, but went through, empty as air. But it is here, perhaps in the hold, maybe in one of those boxes. I'll break each one open until I find it. Save me, save me. You'd better come too, Captain, before it's too late. He is here. I know the secret now. The sea will save me from him, and that's all that is left.
Dear God.
August 4th. Still a sunrise at this. Still fog that sunrise cannot pierce. I know there is sunrise.
I know there is sunrise because I am sailor. Why else I know not. I dare not go below. I dare not leave the helm. So here all night I stayed, and in the dimness of night I saw it. Him. God forgave me, but the mate was right to jump overboard. It's better to die like a sailor. To die in blue water no man can object. But I am captain, and I must not leave my ship. For I shall baffle this fiend or monster, for I shall lash myself to the wheel, and when my strength begins to fail, I shall tie to that which it dare not touch. And then come good wind or foul, I shall save my soul and my honor as captain. But I am growing weaker, and the night is coming on. If he can look me in the face again, I may not have time to act. If we are wrecked, perhaps this bottle may be found, and those who find it understand. And if not, then all men shall know that I have been true to my trust. God and the blessed virgins and the saints help a poor, ignorant soul trying to do his duty.
Of course the verdict is an open one. There is no evidence in whether or not the man himself committed the murders, and there is none to say. The folk here hold that the captain is a hero and is to be buried in the churchyard by the cliff. Tomorrow we will see the funeral, and so will end this mystery of the sea. He is here. He has landed.
Who, Grandmother?
The dark man from my dreams. Take these. Grandmother. Take them now and never lose them. Without them you will not be safe. Perhaps none of us are.
Grandmother, how do you know?
It is the wind out over the sea that's bringing in with it loss and wreck and sore distress and sad hearts. There is something in the wind that smells and tastes and sounds like death. It is in the air, and it is here now. Mary, Sarah, take us home.
Yes, Grandmother.
How is our patient, Dr. Seward?
Oh, Mina, you startled me. No better, no worse. This thing has me baffled. I haven't even thanked you properly for coming to stay with Lucy.
Lucy is my oldest and dearest friend. Her mother just having died, my fiancé Jonathan away for so long.
Your being here has caused a change in our Lucy, for the better.
Well then, we have helped each other.
What is it, Doctor? I didn't call for you, Simmons.
The silent alarm, sir?
Oh, Miss Mina accidentally pushed the button.
I'm sorry.
Not at all. As you were, Simmons.
Yes, Doctor?
The gold button here activates the silent alarm. Lights flash inside and out, all over the grounds.
I see. And what is the red button for?
That's our bells and whistle alarm. Sounds like Judgment Day. Panics the inmates. We use it in only the dearest of emergencies.
I shall try my best not to bump that one.
Did Lucy tell you that I proposed to her?
She did. I'm sorry.
At least I'm not the only one she rejected.
Yes, Quincy Morris, the cowboy. Whatever became of him?
He went back to America where he said the girls aren't so particular.
That's what I've heard.
He invited me to go along. He seemed pretty proud that there are more crazy people in Texas than in all of England.
That sounds about right. Why didn't you go?
All that sunshine and weather. Too depressing.
Well, you're a good friend, and a good friend's better than a lover any day.
That's what I keep hearing. Tell me what happened last night.
I woke up suddenly in the night and Lucy was gone. I came downstairs, but she was nowhere to be found. And that's when I realized the outside door was open. I grabbed a big, heavy shawl and ran out. The clock was striking 1 and there was not a soul in sight. I ran along the north terrace, and that's when I realized that in her sleepwalking state, she might have gone to our favorite bench in the churchyard, along the cliffs. I ran to the churchyard, looked up, and sure enough, there she was. A figure in all white sitting on our bench. It seemed as if something dark stood over her. What it was, man or beast, I could not tell. I dashed up the steps, and there was undoubtedly something standing behind her, long and black, bending over her. I called out her name, but she didn't respond, and something raised its head. From where I was, I could see a white face and red, gleaming eyes. I ran to her side, but when I reached her, she was quite alone. There was not a sign of any living thing about. When I bent over her, she was still asleep. So I threw the big, heavy shawl over her and fastened it tight around her throat with a big safety pin. I must have been clumsy and pricked her, for she put her hand to her throat and moaned. I began to gently wake her. At first, she didn't respond, so I shook her more forcibly until she opened her eyes and awoke. Fortune favored us, we got home without meeting a soul. I got her back in bed, and she fell fast asleep.
Amazing.
Dangerous, I say, sleepwalking along ridges and cliffs and running into all manners of night creatures. Why did she do it?
I just can't figure it out. I called for my friend Dr. Van Helsing from Holland.
Dr.
He should be
Van
arriving
Helsing?
today.
You've told me of him before. A brilliant scientist, rather controversial if I remember.
He preferred to study areas of science which most considered taboo. The occult, sorcery, witchcraft.
Didn't he lose a major university grant to a man who was equally as controversial?
Yes, to a German doctor. Victor Frankenstein was his name.
That hardly seems fair. I hope his project didn't turn out very well.
Dr. Seward, if I may have a word.
Yes, Simmons, what is it now?
Perhaps if we spoke in private?
Come along, Simmons. Miss Murray has been with us for a while. I'm sure nothing you have to tell me could shock her.
Very well then, Doctor. It's Renfield.
The man who eats flies.
Yes, Miss Murray. Only I should like to report that Mr. Renfield has made some progress. Now he's eaten spiders. 2 days ago, he fed all the flies to a spider and ate it. And yesterday, he fed all the spiders to a sparrow he caught.
Yes, go on.
This afternoon, he disgorged a wad of bird feathers.
You mean to say he threw them up?
Yes, miss, to put it in the vernacular. Now he's trying to catch a house cat.
Excellent, just a thought. Renfield is a life-eating maniac. He believes the more life he consumes, the longer he will live. As if he can absorb the very life force for his own longevity. It came out very suddenly.
It all started the same night that ship ran aground. The Demeter. The thing is, Dr. Seward, at the rate of that escalation, well, we were wondering, that is to say, how shall I...
Let's have it, Simmons.
Oh, we don't appreciate the way he's been giving us the once-over when we walk past his cell.
You mean to say...
Splendid. Renfield is working his way up the food chain. I'm curious to see how far he will actually go.
With all due respect, sir, it's easy to have curiosity at this end of the building. The whole matter takes up a different character when you're the one being sized up for an entree.
Oh, Simmons, don't be a boob. Renfield isn't going to eat you. You're far too big. If you didn't have a stomach for a sparrow, how do you imagine you We'll finish you off.
The very thought of it is enough to concern me. If it's all the same to you, sir, I wish you have a talk with Renfield. He seems to listen to you.
Very well, Thompson, let's go. Miss Mina, be so good as to keep an eye on the patient, will you?
Yes, of course. Lucy, Lucy, it's all right. Wake up, it's Mina.
Where am I? Oh, Mina, it's just you.
I'm here, Lucy, I'm here. Are you all right now?
Yes, I'm fine. I was having a dream.
A dream? What were you dreaming of?
I didn't quite dream. It all seemed real to be a dream. I was afraid of something. I don't know what. But I remember, though I suppose I was asleep, passing through the streets and over the bridge. A fish leaped as I went by, and I leaned over to look at And then I had a vague memory of something long and dark, with red eyes, just as we saw in the sunset. And then something very sweet and very bitter all around me at once. And then I was sinking into deep green water. And there was a singing in my ears, as I've heard there is to drowning men. And then everything seemed passing away from me. My soul seemed to go into my body and float about in the air. I remember that once the West Lighthouse was right under me, and then came a sort of agonizing feeling, as if I were in an earthquake, and I came back to find you shaking my body. I saw you do it before I felt you.
How odd.
Yes.
Your color's returning.
Yes, I'm feeling strong today. Has my fiancé arrived yet?
No, Mr. Homewood has not arrived, but is expected shortly.
Imagine us, Mina. Both of us to marry the loves of our lives. Both of us engaged within days of one another.
Just as we always planned when we were little girls.
Once our future husbands meet, I'm sure they'll become the best of friends. Don't you agree?
Of course they will. They have no choice in the matter.
What did Jonathan say in his letter?
Lucy, you know I haven't heard from Jonathan for a very long time now. But I do expect to hear from him any day.
But I was so sure you got a letter from him. Perhaps it was another dream I had. It all seems so real.
Miss Murray, a messenger has just arrived with a letter for you. Special delivery. It comes from a hospital in Budapest. I hate to be the one to bring such horrid news. These things are never glad tidings. It's a dark, dark day. Hadn't you better open it?
You mean you haven't done so?
That's not me place, is it?
From the hospital, St. Joseph's and St. Mary. Thank you, Mrs. McDougal, Mrs. Boyle.
Oh, just doing our duty. What's it say?
That will be all, ladies.
Oh, so that's how it is. Is it? Very good, Mom.
Oh, Lucy, I can't read this. I haven't the strength for any more bad news.
Yes, you do have the strength. We shall read it together. Come on now, whatever it is, we can face it together.
Dear Madam,
I write by desire of Mr. Jonathan Harker, who is himself not strong enough to write, though progressing well. He has been under our care for nearly 6 weeks, suffering from violent brain fever. He wishes me to convey his love. He will require a few more weeks' rest in our sanatorium, but will then return. He has told me all about you, and that you're soon to be his wife.
All blessings to you both. He has had a fearful shock, so says our doctor, and in his delirium his ravings have been dreadful, of wolves and poison and blood, of ghosts and demons, and I fear to say what. Be careful with him always, that there may be nothing to excite him of this kind. The traces of such an illness do not lightly die away.
We should have written long ago, but we knew nothing of his family or his friends, and there is nothing anybody can understand. Be assured that he's well cared for.
He has won all hearts by his sweetness and gentleness. He is truly getting on well, and will, I have no doubt, in a few weeks be all himself.
Be
careful of him for safety's sake. There are, I pray God, and St. Joseph and St. Mary, many, many happy years for you both. Yours, with sympathy and all blessings, Sister Agatha and Sister Sylvan.
Thank God Jonathan is all right. I knew something was wrong.
Fly to him now.
But how can I leave you?
Me? Don't give me another thought. I should be up and about in no time. Jonathan needs you. Get upstairs and pack your things. Oh, and please take this to my room. I wouldn't do to have Arthur see it.
Goodbye, Lucy. Get well.
Goodbye. Go. Miss McDougal, Miss Boyle.
Yes, Mom?
Have the carriage brought around to the front door.
Yes, Mom. I deduced by your demeanor that the letter was not of happy nature. Well, as you wish. And where should I tell the driver to go? Yes, but old Abraham, his sense of direction is not what he used to be. Very good, Mum. Very good. As the crow flies, Mum. And what's at the station?
I'm quite confident the engineer won't require directions from Florence McDougal.
As you wish.
What is all the excitement about? Good news at last.
She's leaving at once.
Who's leaving? Not I. I just now arrived.
Professor Van Helsing, so good to see you.
Jack, you look well.
Thank you for coming.
When my best student says come, I come.
Professor Van Helsing, this is Lucy Westenra.
Ah, Miss Lucy, the very person I came to see. May I? Please, I've come a long way. At least let me help.
Lucy, you're not in the most capable hands. I really want to say goodbye to Miss Mina.
So what's stopping you? We should get better acquainted. Go. Go.
Jack told me you were down in spirits and looking ghastly pale. Him I say, pooh-pooh. You and I shall show these men how wrong they are. What can Jack know of young ladies? He's no wife, no daughter, and the young do not tell secrets to the young, but to the old like me who've seen so many sorrows and know the causes of them.
Professor Van Helsing.
I'm not always this charming. You have trouble sleeping.
Yes, and bad dreams.
We all have bad dreams. Are you sleepy now?
Yes. My fiancé's expected and I should like so very much to see him.
Once you are married, you will see so much of him you'll wish to see less of him, but now you must sleep. Follow my hands with your eyes.
Say so. I like the tricks.
Then you'll like this.
Professor Van Helsing, this is...
We've no time for pleasantries. I assume this is a patient's fiancé?
Why yes, Jack. You told me Dr. Van Helsing's is from Holland. Has Lucy seen all of London's traditional doctors?
The consensus among your country's doctors is that Miss Lucy's problems are all in her head. That's how she ended up in this loony bin. No offense, Jack.
None taken.
Do you think Miss Lucy is insane?
Of course not.
Then help me save her life.
I didn't mean to offend you.
Sir, you have come in time. Lucy may die for sheer want of blood. You're to help her. Lucy's bad. Very, very bad.
Tell me and I shall do it. I'd give the last drop of blood in my body for her.
We won't be needing that much. Come now and be silent. You shall kiss her once on the forehead before it is done, but then you must go. Roll up your sleeve and lie down on the couch next to her. We must be very careful so as not to wake her. You only hurt a little. She'll tell you when it's done. Now just lie back and relax. Take our brave young lover upstairs and give him port wine. Let him lie down for a while. See, Miss Lucy looks better already. When she is well, I will tell her what you have done to save her life.
What can you make of that mark on her throat?
What do you make of it?
I can make nothing of it.
I must go back to Amsterdam tonight. There are books and things there which I need. You must keep watch on her all night. You must not sleep. You must not let her out of your sight.
Should I send for a nurse?
We are the best nurses, you and I. See that she is well fed and nothing disturbs her. You must not sleep. Later you can sleep. I shall be back as soon as possible. Then we may begin.
May begin? What on earth do you mean?
We shall see. Whatever you do, do not fall asleep.
Miss Lucy, how are you feeling? You should try and get some sleep.
No.
You do not wish to go to sleep?
No, I'm afraid.
Afraid to go to sleep? Why? If someone told me to go to sleep, I would be happy to.
Sleep is what I fear most.
What?
I don't know.
That is
so terrible. All this weakness comes to me in sleep until I dread the very thought of it.
You must sleep tonight. I am here watching. If I see any evidence of bad dreams, I will wake you at once.
You will?
how good you are to me. Then I will sleep.
Here now, what's this?
McDougal, lower your voice. I will be staying up tonight watching for Miss Lucy. Tell Simmons to make the night round.
Shall I call a nurse to sit with the patient?
No, thank you. I'm quite capable.
I was thinking of appearance. Why, Miss Lucy here 2 months ago refused to prepare a proposal of marriage. What will the neighbors think if they knew you were sitting up nights ogling over her while she sleeps?
I never ogle Mrs. Boyle, and her neighbors consist of the ocean on the one side, and a broken down house purchased by some foreigner on the other. I appreciate your concern for our reputation and bid you good night.
Well, when I first started working here, see, I always knew which side of the bar zone was supposed to end up at the end of the day. Now,
I'm not even that sure. Good night, Dr. Seward.
Open up, let me in. I'm here to do your bidding, master. I am your slave, and you will reward me, for I shall be faithful.
What, the devil?
I have worshipped you long and far off, and now that you are here, I await your command. And you will not pass by me, will you, dear master, in your distribution of good things?
Dr. Seward, it's Renfield. He's escaped. He caught me on my noodle and made a dash for it. He's next door, banging on the Abbey door.
Let's go.
Don't be so rough with me. I'll go quietly.
What is the meaning of this?
I don't want to talk to you. You don't matter anymore. The master is at hand, and I must await his command.
What master? Where?
He's close at hand, and soon too you shall know him.
Let's get him back to his cell.
And how is our patient?
Oh, must have just dozed off. She slept well last night. Didn't even wake up during all the commotion. One of the inmates, Renfield, escaped. We got him back, though.
You left this room.
Not even for 10 minutes. She's fine. See for herself.
Gott in Himmel, quick!
But how? I wasn't gone long enough for?
Not now. It's not too late. Her heart beats still. Yet all our work is undone. Roll up your sleeve and lie down next to her. It gets easier. That will do.
Already? You took more from Arthur.
They're engaged. You have work to do. Now get upstairs and get some rest.
You have a doctor.
You go now.
Mrs. Boyle, help me upstairs. I'm weak.
What brings you here so early in the morning?
Miss Lucy, I come with gifts. These are for you.
For me? Oh, Dr. Van Helsing.
Yes, but not to play with. They're medicine.
You want me to eat them?
No. I shall place some by the window and some by the door, and I've even made a pretty wreath for you to hang about your neck.
Oh.
Do not trifle with me. There's a grim purpose to all that I do, and I warn you not to thwart me. Take care for the sake of others, if not your own.
I'm sorry.
Do not fear me. I only do what I do for your own good. Jack, take these and rub them down by the door. I shall get the window.
I know you'll look for a reason for what you do. If I were more skeptical, I'd say you're working on some spell to keep out an evil spirit.
Perhaps I am.
She is doing better every day. However, Jonathan raved with dreadful things while he was off his head.
What dreadful thing?
I shall never tell. The ravings of the sick utter the secrets of God, and that is a trust that must never be broken. I can tell you this much, my dear. It is nothing about what he has done wrong himself, nor that you as his wife-to-be have to be concerned about.
In you or what he owes to you. His fear is of great and terrible things which no mortal can understand. Shush, now here he comes.
I never thought I'd hold you in my arms again.
Mina, I have had a great shock.
Please, you don't have to talk about it.
Yes, I must. If not to you, then who? You know I've had brain fever, and that is to be mad. The secret is in my journal, and I do not want to know it. I want to take up my life here, with our marriage. Will you share my ignorance? Here is the book. Take it, keep it, read it if you will, but never let me know.
Let this be a sign that we shall trust each other with our lives. I shall never open this book unless your life depends upon it.
I have spoken with the good sister. She has arranged for us to be married this afternoon, if you are agreeable.
He has always been and continues to be constant awareness. You must be cautious at all times and aware of everything going on around you. Well, that goes without saying. Who wrote this fool anyway?
We're gonna be learning our beds. What happened? It's Renfield. He bit me on the neck. Is it safe? Of course it's not. You both are nice. He just took a bite of my neck. Here, take this. If he tries to bite you, shoot him.
Be real then, Doctor. On your feet, you loony. Keep those bloody choppers to yourself, or I'll blast you when I will.
It's not that bad, Dr. Seward. As far as human bites go, you kind of just tore the surface. I find it's best to keep your heads in these kinds of situations. Let's get you to the clinic and have a nurse look at it.
I suppose you're right. How's Miss Lucy?
Sleeping like a baby. I'll get you in the clinic. Come back and stay with her.
I know where the clinic is.
Good morning, Jack. What happened to you?
It's Renfield. He bit me on the neck.
Is it serious?
No.
The same inmate who escaped to Carfax Abbey has bitten you on the neck. Let's keep a close eye on this Renfield.
Think?
Good morning, Dr. Seward. Mr. Van Helsing.
It's Doctor, and good morning.
You would be glad to know that Miss Lucy's better. She's still asleep.
Aha, I thought I diagnosed the case correctly. My treatment is working.
Well, don't break your arm patting yourself on the back like that, Doctor. Lucy's turned for the better. It's our doing.
What have you done?
We checked in on her last night. She was sleeping like a baby, but the room had a horrid stink about it. There were a bunch of them ghastly smelling flowers about everywhere. She even had a bunch hanging around her neck. I worried the stench would be too much for her weakened condition. So I threw them all away and opened the window for a bit of fresh air. A dose of common sense does a lot more than a whole book full of fancy doctors learning.
You, madam, are a stupid woman in a world that is at present lousy with stupid women. Dr. Seward showed this stupid woman to the door and along the way persuade her that her talents are no longer required. I shall have to strangle her to death with my bare hands.
Well, I never.
Well, then maybe it's time you did.
My God.
Professor, what is it?
Look.
The wounds in her throat have disappeared. That's a good sign, right?
She is dying. I saw Arthur's carriage pull up outside. Go. Bring him in to see the last. Go. Go.
Oh, Lucy!
Arthur! Oh, my love, I'm so glad you've come.
Hold her hand and we'll comfort her more.
Arthur! Oh, my love, kiss me.
Not for your living soul or hers.
My true friend and his. Keep him safe and give me peace.
I swear it. Arthur, take her hand in yours. You may kiss her on the forehead, but only once.
You will always be my love, and not yours.
Please let the professor save me.
It's all over.
Come, Arthur. Poor Lucy, there's peace for her at last. Finally, her nightmare is over.
Not so, my friend. Not so. This nightmare has just begun.
She makes a very beautiful corpse, sir, if I do say so myself. It's quite a privilege to attend on her. I hope it's not too much to say that she will do credit to our establishment.
It is too much to say, and if you must say so, do so out of my hearing.
Oh, I beg your pardon, sir. Do not wish to offend you.
It's too late for that. Surely you have some other ghoulish task to be about?
So far, so good?
How's Arthur holding up?
Not bad, all things considered.
Good. He needs to be strong.
I still don't understand how we lost her.
Not here. Let's talk later. Go now to our friend, Jack.
Yes, Professor.
I can't believe she's really gone.
I wish I knew her as you did. Take your time.
Oh, Lucy, I'm so very sorry. Perhaps if I didn't leave you, you'd still be here. And I don't know how to say goodbye to you. You're my best friend in all the world. I love you and I'm gonna miss you till the day I die.
My God!
What is it?
Look, there, don't you see who it is?
No, dear, I saw someone, but I don't know him.
The red eyes, that bloody mouth, he was mocking us, laughing at our sorrow. It was him, Dracula. He has followed me.
Jonathan, please, try to remain calm.
Excuse me, I'm Dr. Van Helsing, and perhaps I can be of help?
Dr. Van Helsing? Lucy's told me of you.
Ah, Miss Harker. Lucy told me of your friendship. It meant the world to her. Mr. Harker, I'm Dr. Van Helsing. Perhaps you can tell me what you saw outside the window.
My husband has not been well.
Please, he may be saner than you or I.
A demon, a fiend from hell. No one will believe.
A creature that drinks the blood of the living.
Yes, but how do you know?
We must get together and talk. Later. Tomorrow, may I call on you? Very well. Miss Harker, listen to your husband. Believe him. He knows the truth.
Here, read this.
I shall. Mr. Harker, your company recently sold the property of Fairfax Abbey, is that not so?
Yes.
The property next to Seward's Asylum where Miss Lucy's being treated when she died. Yes, shocking, and yet only the tip of the iceberg. Now, Miss Harker, you said farewell to your friend. Now get your husband home.
If my husband is correct, that thing is out there. How should we get home safely?
Because, my dear lady, your husband knows what it fears most. You cannot be harmed now. The demon, you called it by name. What name has it given itself?
Dracula.
Dracula, yes, of course.
You loved her too, old fellow. She told me all about it, and there was no friend that had a closer place in her heart than you. I don't know how to thank you for all you've done for her. What do I do now? She was my life. My God, Jack, look at how beautiful she is. Is she really dead?
Yes, my friend. Sadly, but it is so.
Come, Jack, let's give Arthur a moment alone to say goodbye. It's almost time to get on with the service. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, I place this medallion on your eyes that you may never again see the face of evil. I place this cross upon your lips that you may never taste innocent blood. I'll leave you in God's hands now. May He reclaim your soul and see you safely home.
Why, Miss Lucy? Why someone so young? Oh, I can hardly bear the sorrow. Oh, woe is me. Ooh, what is this? I can no longer gaze upon such misery. My heart, it may burst.
If you'll excuse me, ladies, viewing hours are over, and I need to be about my business.
You go right ahead. I've paid my respects, accepted my loss, and will now go home to count my blessings.
And that is all in the news that's fit to read this evening.
Nothing on the Hampstead mystery? Oh, Grandmother, that is a silly story. Read it.
Grandmother, these stories give you bad dreams. It would be best to forget about them altogether.
Read it or I shall ask someone else. Very well, but I still say it's a bunch of nonsense. Let's have more story and less editorializing.
The neighborhood of Hampstead Heath is plagued with a series of events similar to the Kensington Horror, the stabbing woman, or the woman in black. During the past 2 or 3 days, several cases have occurred of young children straying from home or neglecting to return from their playing on the heath. In all these cases, the children were too young to give an intelligible account of themselves, but the consensus of their excuses that they had been with a bloofer lady. The bloofer lady has been described as a very pale woman, dressed in all white.
What is it?
A lady in white, last night, from our back window. I thought, oh, it's nothing. Let me finish the article. It has always been late in the evening when they've been missed, and on 2 occasions the children have not been found until early the following morning. All of the children have been slightly torn or wounded on their throat, and the wounds seem such as might be made by a rat or a small dog. The police have been instructed to keep a sharp lookout for straying children, especially when very young, in and around the Hampstead Heath. And as for any stray dog which may be about.
Is that all of it?
No, there is a shorter paragraph below this one. We have just received intelligence that the body of a child missed last night was discovered late in the morning under a furze bush at the Shooter's Hillside of Hampstead Heath. The child has the same tiny wound in the throat as been noticed in other cases. and the official cause of death is reported to be blood loss in the extreme. Playmates of the deceased report that the victim was last seen in the company of the bloofer lady.
Mary? Sarah? What is it?
Nothing, Grandmother.
Girls? Answer me! Oh no! Mary! Sarah! Oh no! Oh dear God! Help! Someone! Help us!
So we've all completed our readings. Yes, Mr. and Mrs. Harker, strange and terrible as Jonathan's diary is, you may sleep without a doubt. It is all true. I shall pledge my life on it.
I'm relieved to hear it, yet if it is true, what terrible things are out there in this world, and how this monster has come to London.
It was the doubt as to the reality that knocked me over. I felt in the dark and distrustful of my own senses. Now that I know, I am not afraid. I'm not afraid to face Dracula again. He has succeeded in getting to London by my unwilling and unwitting help. I must stop him.
Yes, but not alone. This is a great task ahead of us, and I have jobs for each one of you. Madam Mina, can you compile Jonathan's diary and Miss Lucy's letters in a short time?
Yes, of course.
That would be most helpful. After you have done that, go to Dr. Seward and add his journal to the timeline. We shall ask for his help and, of course, the help of Arthur Homewood, who has perhaps lost the most at the hands of this fiend. Jonathan, you have discovered that the Count had 50 boxes of earth delivered with him from Transylvania. You must find the location of each one of them. Is this something you can do?
Yes, but how do the boxes fit in?
We must take baby steps before we can walk. A lot is at stake here. Once you have compiled the timeline and you have discovered the location of the boxes, we shall meet at Dr. Seward to map out our plan of attack.
You can count on us.
Are you finished with that newspaper?
Yes.
I should like something to read on the train. Mein Gott, so soon. I must go. So what do you make of that?
Those are the throats.
Well?
They're like Lucy's.
What do you make of it?
Simply that there's some cause in common. Whatever's injured Lucy has injured them.
You mean to tell me that you have no suspicion as to what poor Lucy died of? Not after all the hints given, not only by the events, but by me?
Lucy died of nervous prescription following a great loss of blood.
Where did the blood go?
I don't know. You wake me up in the middle of the night waving a newspaper at me. I can't even think.
You're a clever man, and your wit is bold, and you reason well, but you do not let your eyes see or your ears hear. You're too prejudiced. Do you not believe that there are some things that you do not know? That some people can see things that others cannot? Do you believe in corporeal transference?
No.
Materialization?
No.
Astral bodies?
No.
Mind reading?
No.
Hypnotism?
Yes. Harker has proved it.
Interesting. You accept hypnotism because it has been proved to your satisfaction, but not mind reading. There are things done with electrical science that would have been deemed unholy by the very men who invented electricity, who themselves not so long ago would have been burned as witches. There are always mysteries in life.
Make me feel like a novice lumbering through a bog in a mist, without knowing where I'm going.
That is a good image. I shall tell you this. My thesis is, I want you to believe.
To believe what?
To believe in things you cannot. I once heard of an American who so defined faith, that faculty which allows us to believe in things we know to be untrue. We must keep an open mind and not let a small truth derail the rush of a much larger truth, like a small rock does a locomotive.
I shall attempt to keep an open mind.
Very good. She'll need it. Now you said what injured Miss Lucy has also injured the children.
I suppose so.
You suppose wrong. Far worse. Far worse.
God's sake, Professor, what are you driving at?
They were made by Miss Lucy.
Are you mad?
I wish I were. Madness would be more easy to bear compared to a truth like this. I do not expect you to believe me, but tonight I shall prove it. Dare to follow?
Where?
To the churchyard at Kingstead.
To do what?
To visit Miss Lucy's crypt, of course.
For what purpose?
To open the coffin.
To learn what?
To learn if you still have faith in me.
I do have faith.
Very good. Then ask no more questions. It will be daylight soon and darkness fits our exploration. Follow. John, before I go any further, John, you were with me yesterday. Was the body of Miss Lucy in a coffin?
It was.
Yesterday evening, the coffin was empty, was it not?
It was empty.
What? We waited. What did we see?
We saw something in white coming through the trees. Then we discovered a missing child lying amongst the graves.
I still don't understand why we are here. If there are grave robbers about, hadn't we better alert the police?
I want this night to do what I know is right. Therefore, I must ask you to promise me in the dark.
I shall promise only what an honorable gentleman may promise, and I shall pledge to do those duties consistent in my Christian faith.
I accept your limitations.
Now, what is the real reason we are here tonight at the place where my dear Lucy is entombed?
To visit her crypt and open her coffin, of course.
This is too much. I am trying to be patient. I am willing to listen to reasonable arguments, but I will not stand by and allow you to desecrate Lucy's grave.
This night her feet must tread thorny paths, or later and forever the feet you love must walk the paths in flame.
Take care what you say. Take care.
Miss Lucy is dead, is that not so? Then there can be no wrong to her. But if she is not dead...
Dead? What do you mean? Is it possible she's been buried alive?
I did not say alive, I said not dead. It is possible she may be undead.
Undead? Not alive? What are you saying? Is this a nightmare?
There are mysteries which we can only guess at. Time is at hand. The sun is due to rise. Our Lady in White shall return directly. I need your permission to drive a stake through Miss Lucy's heart.
Are you mad? The answer, of course, is no. Not for the wide world would I allow any mutilation of her body. Dr. Van Helsing, you have pushed me too far. I should smack you face with my fist. Take one more step to Lucy's grave and I will do it anyway. I have a duty to protect the grave for marriage, and by God, I will do it.
These are desperate times and they call for desperate measures. You'll not believe me and you'll not believe John. Perhaps Miss Lucy can convince you of the dark tragedy that has befallen her.
Miss Lucy?
She's right behind you. Lucy! Run, children, run!
Arthur, so good to see you. Leave these others and come to me. I'm hungry for you, my husband. Come, we can lie together.
May we proceed with my work? We go then. The sun has risen. She has no power now.
Is this really Lucy's body or only a demon in her shape?
It is Miss Lucy's body possessed by a demon. Miss Lucy died as a result of a vampire bite, therefore she has become Nosferatu, one of the undead. And like all undead, she must feast on the blood of the living to survive. In order to free Miss Lucy's soul, that she may take her rightful place with the angels, we must destroy her body. It is a blessing of the most sacred calling. I would gladly perform the deed myself, but is it not the duty of those who loved her most?
Tell me what I must do.
In your right hand, hold this stake over her heart, and in your left hand, hold this hammer. She'll drive the stake through Miss Lucy's heart as John and I read the prayers for the dead. Eternal rest grant upon them, O Lord. Let the perpetual light shine upon them, and may the souls of all the faithful departed through the mercy of God rest in peace. Amen. Look, she is free. We doctors were unable to save her life, but this day you saved her soul.
Praise God, our work is done here.
Not so, my friend. Take Arthur outside for some much-needed fresh air. Find the children that accompany Miss Lucy here and attend to them. Arthur, am I forgiven? I really must know. Would you have hit me? Good boy. You go now.
What is this? A cup of tea.
For me?
Of course for you. You do like tea, don't you?
Well, yes, it's just, I always have to. Thank you.
When do you expect Dr. Van Helsing and Mr. Homewood?
Within the hour, then we can begin our meeting. Where's Jonathan?
Resting. Dr. Seward, may I ask for a favor?
Certainly.
I want to see your patient, Mr. Renfield.
What on earth for?
What you've said about him in your diary interests me so much.
Perhaps. Simmons, come here.
Yes, Doctor?
Bring Renfield around to the holding tank, will you?
Now?
Yes, Simmons, now.
Would you mind me asking why, sir?
Yes, I do mind. Mrs. Harker wishes to speak with him.
It's just boredom, ma'am. I have a deck of playing cards.
Simmons, bring him here at once.
Very well then, Doctor. Shall I bring the gun?
I'm sure that won't be necessary.
The gun.
Oh, it's nothing.
I hope I haven't caused any trouble.
No. Just don't get too close to the cage.
I'll remember.
Here he is, Doctor. Here now. You be on your best behavior. Not every day you get a real lady asking for your company. Here he is, Doctor. I'll be right outside the door.
Thank you, Simmons.
Good evening, Mr. Renfield. Dr. Seward has told me all about you.
You're not the girl the doctor wanted to marry. You can't be. She's dead.
No, I have a husband of my own. I'm Miss Harker.
What are you doing in this madhouse?
My husband and I are visiting.
Don't stay here.
Why not?
How did you know I wanted to marry anyone?
What an asinine question. Miss Harker, you must understand that when someone is as loved and honored as our host is, everything regarding him is of interest in our little community.
You flatter me.
Bless you.
Why do you ask God to bless me?
You sneezed. I ask God to bless you to keep you well.
Be careful what you ask God for. I am a man who suffers because of a strange belief I once held. Now no wonder my family had me committed here. I used to believe that life was a positive and perpetual entity, and by consuming a multitude of living things, one might indefinitely prolong life. I held this belief so strong, I tried to take a human life. The doctor, he can tell you about the time I tried to bite him on the neck and drink his blood, relying of course on the scriptural phrase, for the blood is alive. If you're good enough friends, he'll show you the scar.
All right, Mr. Renfield, visiting hours are over. Simmons?
Goodbye, Mr. Renfield. I hope I may see you more often and the circumstances more pleasant to yourself.
Goodbye, my dear. I pray God I may never see your sweet face here again. May he bless and keep you.
All right, Renfield, get a move on. I ain't got all night.
I hear the carriage. Let's set up for the meeting.
Good idea.
I'll go with Jonathan.
Good, you're ready for us. We must begin at once. Where are the Harkers?
On their way.
So, we have all completed our readings. Let me tell you something of the enemy we face. There is such a thing as vampires, and we do have evidence that they exist. The particular vampire which we shall hunt is as strong as 20 men. He can command the elements, the storm, the fog, the thunder. He does not die like the bee once he stings, but becomes more powerful to work evil. He can vanish and appear at will. He can command the meaner things, the rat, the wolf, the owl, and the bat. This is a great task ahead of us, and there will be consequences if we fail, beyond life and death. If we fail, he will make us like him, and the gates to heaven will be shut to us forever. I am too old to turn back now. What say you?
Mina and I are in.
Count me in, Professor.
I am with you.
The vampire is eternal and cannot die by the mere passing of time. He can flourish when he can fatten himself like a bloated leech on the blood of the living. He casts no reflection in the mirror. He can transform himself to a bat or a wolf as we gather from the ship's arrival at the Demeter. He can vanish and appear in moonbeams or mists of his own creation, as Jonathan saw at Castle Dracula. He can see in the dark. He can do all these things, and yet he is not free. He may not go into any dwelling without initial invitation. Once this invitation is offered, he may come and go as he pleases. His power ceases, as does that of all evil things, at the coming of day. And there are some things that so afflict him that he has no power. Garlic, sacred images such as the cross, the wafer, and holy water.
That is why he so fears the holy relics.
Exactly, we have much data, and it's time to lay out our plan of attack. Jonathan has discovered that 50 boxes of earth were delivered to Carfax, and some of them have already been moved. We must sterilize each one of them by placing a sacred wafer in it. That way he will have no place to hide when we hunt him down.
I say we go to Carfax Abbey right now and find out how many boxes are there. Swift action on our part may save another victim.
Exactly. We must remember that our enemies are not merely spiritual, and our necks and windpipes are of the common variety. We must guard ourselves from his touch. Keep this near you at all times. I have an envelope for each of you that contains the body of Christ. This most sacred wafer must not be desecrated needlessly. It's our most reliable secret weapon against him. We go now.
Dr. Stewart, it's Renfield. He's demanding to see you and your friends immediately.
We don't have time for Renfield's games now.
He told me it was very urgent, a matter of life and death.
Perhaps we should hear him. I've charted his unusual outbursts, and they tend to coincide with the movements of the Count.
Good point. Bring him in. Quickly.
Go. Very good, I got him right outside. You wish to see us?
Yes, you must release me at once. I am cured and desire to be gone. I appeal to your friends, though perhaps not mind sitting in judgment on my case. I am as sane as anyone here, and I am deserving of my freedom.
You appear to be hurt very rapidly. Tomorrow we shall have a longer meeting, perhaps come with an arrangement that will be
Agreeable to all parties.
No, you're not listening. I wish to be gone here, now, this very hour, this very moment. If I may, I thought you would understand, but is it possible that I've erred in my supposition?
You have.
For the sake of others, you must release me at once. I cannot say more than that, but my desire to leave is held by the utmost sense of duty, much like your own actions here tonight.
Tell us the real reason you wish to leave, and I shall convince Dr. Seward, a good student of mine, to release you.
If I were free to speak, I wouldn't hesitate a moment, but I'm not my own master of the matter. If I'm refused, the responsibility does not rest with me.
Come, my friends, we have work to do.
I beg you, Dr. Seward, get me out of this madhouse at once. Send me wherever you want. Send me with keepers with whips. Have them take me to straitjacket. Send me to jail, just anything. You don't know what you're doing by keeping me here. You don't know whom you wrong or how. And I shall not say, but by all you hold sacred, by all you hold dear, by your love that is lost, for your hope that still lives, for sake of the Almighty, let me go and save myself from guilt. Can't you see I'm not a lunatic? I'm a sane man fighting for his very soul. Let me go, let me go, let me go!
Come, we have heard quite enough already. Simmons, take him away.
Dr. Seward, one last word. Remember, all of you, how desperately I tried to warn you. It's the most I can do, salvage my soul and possibly save your lives. My blood is on your hands.
Now, I don't know the first thing about diseases of the mind, but that man is completely rational. For my decision, I'd let him go.
You're right, you don't know the first thing.
On to our task.
Mina, try and get some rest. We shall return shortly.
I may rest on the sofa here, but I'm staying in this room until you return.
Darling, won't you be more comfortable?
I'm staying here.
Very well.
Leave her alone. Take me, but leave her alone. I was the one who let you in here. I resent my invitation. You are no longer welcome here.
It doesn't work that way.
I helped you. You promised me eternal life.
You have suffered enough. I free you. Silence. And so, you, like the others, would play your brains against mine. You would help them hunt me. You should all learn what it is to cross the path of Dracula. Your loved ones have failed you, and for that you shall feed on them. But you also must be punished for what you have done. When my brain says come to me, you shall cross land or sea to do my bidding.
Is that the thing?
Here now, drink you the blood of Dracula. You, Mina, their best beloved one, are now flesh of my flesh and blood of my blood. You shall be my companion and my helper, and together we shall unleash a legion of the damned across this pathetic world that will not have us.
It's just us.
Quiet. Quiet. Mina is sleeping. She did not fall asleep until the sun rose. How did you fare at Fairfax Abbey?
We went back and sterilized all 29 boxes. He can no longer seek refuge there. Today we must find the other 21. We believe we have tracked them down at 3 other places throughout London. We have until sunset to find them and destroy them. Then he will be helpless.
What did that fiend do to my Mina last night?
To drink the blood of the vampires to become Nosferatu without a physical death, as our poor Lucy suffered. We did stop him in time, however. She did drink some of his blood, and the mark of the vampires on her throat. We must not tell her what we know.
You must not conceal anything from me. There's nothing in the world that could give me more pain than what endured last night. What else have I to fear?
I'm not afraid for you, but there may come a time when I should be afraid of you.
Never! I've already thought of that and my mind is made up.
To do what?
If I see the slightest sign that I'm turning into one of those things, I shall save the ones I love by killing myself.
You must not die. By any hand while Dracula lives. If you die before we destroy him, you'll be forced to spend eternity as undead.
I promise you all, if God lets me live, I shall strive to do so until his horror passes away from me. Go then, find him and destroy him.
No, I'm staying here with you.
No, you're needed on the hunt. My only hope is that all of you working together can end this nightmare. As for me, what else have I to fear? God can, if he wishes, protect me as well as any man.
Now, my friends, we go forth onto our terrible enterprise. Madam Mina, we shall be quite safe until sunset, and we shall return before then. But in your upstairs bedchamber, I place every holy relic that will make his entrance impossible. Now let me guard you as well as we are protected. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, I place this wafer on your cheek that...
Don't touch me! Unclean, unclean! Even the Almighty has forsaken me. It's worse than any of us thought. Go after him. If you fail, I'm lost.
Braver woman I have never met. Jonathan and I shall go directly to the house of Piccadilly and destroy the boxes there. John, you and Arthur shall go to the houses at Walworth, a mile end. We shall wait for you at Piccadilly. We go now.
I also found 4.
Total of 37 boxes destroyed. Carfax and Piccadilly are now off limits to him.
If only the others do this well, perhaps we can beat him at his own game.
Don't kill me. I ain't got but 2 pence on me, and you're welcome to that.
What are you doing here?
I come with a message from a Mrs. Jonathan Harker. She told me to let myself in and find a Mr. Jonathan Harker. Would that be you, sir?
Yes. Where is this message?
Here it is.
Look out for Dracula. He has just now at 12:45 come from Carfax and hastens towards the south. He is coming your way and he is not happy. Take all precautions. Love, your Mina. Here's something for you, my boy. I didn't mean to startle you.
Thank you, sir. That's the best tip I ever got.
Here's a better one. Young man, how fast can you run?
My mom says I could outrace the devil if I ever got the chance.
Well, today's your chance. I want you to run all the way home and don't stop until you're safe inside. You understand? Go!
What are you doing, Professor?
I'm praying that it is our friends and not the other.
Professor Harker, where are you?
Thank you. Down here in the basement. Come quickly. Did you see anything on your way in?
Oh yes, oh boy, when you knocked us down as we tried to enter.
How many boxes did you find?
6 at both places for a total of 12. You?
8.
That's it, that's all 50. We did it.
Math was never your strong suit. We've destroyed 49 boxes. Still a great victory. There's only one left.
That is still wonderful news.
Yes, but this good news is tempered with bad.
What is the bad news?
Dracula's on his way here. It's probably him now. Hide!
I should have killed you when I had the chance.
Watch out!
You think to baffle me? You with your pale faces, all in a row like sheep at the butcher's.
We have sanctified all but one of your boxes, and we will find that one.
You dare hunt Dracula? You who are not even warriors, only pathetic little men. Dracula will not be outwitted by any human being.
You're an aberration, nothing more than a joke of Satan.
Am I any more of a joke than someone who believes they can defeat Dracula?
I wish to change the world.
As do I.
I said change the world, not destroy it.
Perhaps you'll do both. You shall be sorry yet, each one of you. You think you have left me without a place to hide, but I've more. My revenge has just begun. I spread it over centuries and time is on my side. The women you love are already mine, and through them you shall all be mine. My creatures to do me my bidding, to be my jackals when I wish to feed.
After him!
I can't believe he escaped us in Piccadilly.
Yes, but we've learned a valuable lesson. Dracula fears us. There's something we must talk of, alone.
What is it, Professor?
Later, we must take the others into our confidence. Mina is changing.
Oh, dear God, no.
The sad experience of Miss Lucy, we must this time be warned before things go too far. The task is now more difficult than ever, as every day she moves closer into the darkness. It's now very slight, but I see the characteristics of the vampire coming into her face. Her eyes are at times harder, and her teeth are sharper. We must not tell her what we know.
And her hearing is better than ever. Professor Van Helsing, you must do something for me.
What is it?
I want you to hypnotize me. Do it before dawn when I can still speak freely. Be quick, the time is short.
Sit down. Where are you?
I do not know. Sleep has no place to call its own.
Where are you now?
I do not know. It is all strange to me.
What do you see?
I can see nothing. It is all dark.
What do you hear?
The lapping of water. It is gurgling by and little waves leap. I can hear them on the outside.
You were on a ship.
Oh, yes.
What else do you hear?
The sound of men stamping overhead as they run about. There's the creaking of a chain.
What are you doing?
I'm still, so still. It is like death. Mina! Have I been talking in my sleep?
Yes, and you've done a great thing. You've told us that the Count is on a ship.
There's not a moment to lose. It may not be too late.
Stay, my friends. Wherever this ship was, it was weighing anchor while Mina spoke. There are dozens of ships weighing anchor in the great port of London as we speak. Which of them do we seek? But we know that Dracula means to escape us. He saw that with one earth box left, and we like dogs after a fox, this London is no place for him. His last box he kept aboard a ship. That is how he's escaping us.
Where would he go?
Where else? He's going back home to Transylvania, and we shall follow him. Let's make preparations at once.
You must take me with you on your journey.
Absolutely not. I forbid it.
Why must you go?
I must go with you. You will be safer, and I shall be safer too.
You know, your safety is our solemnest most duty. We go into danger, perhaps most danger for you.
I know. This is why I must go. I can tell you now while the sun is still coming up, I may not be able to again. I know that if the Count wills me, I must go. I know that if he tells me to come in secret, I must go by wile, by any device to hoodwink even Jonathan. If I'm with you, you can prevent me from going to him. Besides, I may be of service, since you can hypnotize me to learn his whereabouts.
Madam Mina, you are always most wise. You shall come with us, and together we shall prevail. Arthur, you shall take Jonathan and Jack along here from every port from here to Verona to assure us that the vampire does not mean to escape us by some other way. Mina and I shall go in the tracks that Jonathan went, from Bistigs over the Borgo Pass, and make our way to Castle Dracula, where we shall meet up with you, and with Madam Mina's hypnotic power, we shall surely prevail.
Do you mean to say, Professor Van Helsing, that you would bring Mina, in her sad case, tainted with the devil's illness as she is, right into the jaws of a death trap? Not for the world, not for heaven or hell. Do you have any idea what that place is? Have you felt the devil's lips upon your throat?
It is because I would save Mina from that awful place that we must go. There is wild work to be done, and if Dracula escapes this time, he may choose to sleep for a century, claiming Mina for his unholy bride, for all eternity. Is that what you wish for her?
Of course not.
Madam Mina knows that she must go. It is not your place to deny her. We have no choice in this or in many matters. Like as not, Mina is our best weapon against him. Godspeed to us all. We meet again in hell. Quickly, the wolves are closing in. We'll be safe inside the castle.
But those things are in there.
We have what we need to fend them off. With the wolves, you haven't got a fighting chance. Are you ready for this? You must follow my instructions to the letter, or all is lost.
I'm ready. They're here, close at hand.
Very well, I shall make a circle to protect us. Call upon the host to protect us from the demons of hell who live here. Now, Mina, come to me.
I can't. You know I can't.
Therefore, we know that we are safe. If my calculations are correct, they should be here within the hour. It's nearly sunrise.
Don't leave me.
I left some of my things out there.
No, they're here. Stay by me.
Mina,
shall teach you. We shall start with the old one.
I shall be right back. It is done. They turn to dust before my very eyes. They turn to dust.
I don't think I can do this.
You must. It is our only chance.
Someone approaches.
Is it him?
No, but beware. The dead travel fast.
We tried to take him on the ship, but he got away from us again.
What of the 6 sisters?
There are no more.
Dracula is here.
Where?
There.
Let's go.
Quickly, before he notices us here.
Mina!
Sugar is always best to bring flies to the spider.
Mina, stop!
She is no longer yours. We shall feast on you and sleep for many years. When we awaken, we will find a new land to conquer, where evil has a stronger foothold and life and blood is cheap. Let's see, who shall we drink from first? We are nothing if not civilized. You have come a long way to satisfy my hunger, and for that I thank you. But first, I shall demonstrate how I capture the soul of your most beloved. Mina, come.
Mina, in the name of God, don't go to him!
Kneel before me. Dracula! Oh fuck. Jesus.
Orizontal.